Today actually there's going to be a little more English than usual, which is weird for me because I'm a huge Hebrew nerd, and I love Hebrew, but I think it's really important for us to understand what we're saying or read different interpretations of what we're saying, what we're praying for, what the prayers are about. So we're going to be reading some of the readings in Mishkan Tefillah and some of the translations, and then I'll be doing some singing, and I invite you to sing along. So I think we'll get started. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And everyone I think is on mute now, and that's okay if I didn't hear you.
Do you want to leave?
I saw you say Shabbat Shalom, so it's all good. And so welcome. We're doing it on Zoom tonight for something different. Rabbi is on vacation, and so I'm on my own tonight, and so I figured why not do it on Zoom for a change, and this way we can see each other and have some dialogues going on in the chat, and also we'll get to hear each other, see each other's faces. So it's very nice to see you all, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. And so actually on the theme of Thanksgiving, I'm going to start off with a song called that I just actually heard it yesterday on Facebook. Alana Jagoda, who is a singer-songwriter, she wrote, "Oh, se shalom, bimromav." I'm not singing that right now, but what I am going to sing is just the first little verse of what her song, the song that I saw on Facebook yesterday for the first time, called "What Are You Thankful For?" It goes like this, and if you want to share in the chat or on Facebook or on YouTube, if you can write, it goes like this, and to share what you're thankful for. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way, and that's it. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Come on, sing. Come, let us sing. Come, let us sing. Come, let us sing. Havana Shira. Come, let us sing. Come, let us sing. Come, let us sing. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. If you're just coming on right now, we're sharing in the chat or on Facebook Messenger or on chat what you're thankful for today. It being Thanksgiving and all yesterday, Thanksgiving weekend. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. What are you thankful for today? Share with me the blessings that have come your way. And slowing it down, I really enjoyed last week's service doing the healing Shabbat. It was very healing for me included. And so this song is called Bring Healing Down. And like I said, it's going to be interactive tonight. So what do you want to come down? First we have healing. This is by Cantor Lisa Levine. Bring healing down. Bring healing down. Refuah. Bring healing down. What else? Bring healing down. Write it in the chat. Bring healing down. Refuah. Bring healing down. We have peace. Bring peace down. Bring peace down. Shalom. Bring peace down. Ahava. Bring love, that is. Bring love down. Told you I'm a Hebrew nerd. Bring love down. Ahava. Bring love down. Tolerance and then abundance. Ooh, tolerance. What's the Hebrew word for tolerance? We'll say tzedek, justice. Bring tolerance down. Bring tolerance down. Tzedek, tzedek. Bring tolerance down. Abundance, harbet, because I have many, a lot. Bring abundance down. Bring abundance down. Harbet. Bring abundance down. And someone said, bring the COVID test down. Bring the COVID tests 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 down. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm Cantor Bryce Megdal at Congregation of Reformed Judaism. I'm so happy to be with you all tonight, the night after, Friday night after Thanksgiving. Ooh, spooky. And so I welcome you all, and I'm so glad you're here with me. So we're going to continue with the candle blessings, and I am going to, I have candles that I want to light, but because I have a special virtual background, I'm not going to light them because you won't be able to see them. So instead what I'm going to do is change my background. But if anyone has candles around, please light your candles, get them ready. And I am going to light my virtual candles, if I can find the image. I do have some candles, but they are not up to par, I would say, with real. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So if everyone would cover their eyes, and I'm going to chant the blessing for you and read you the English as well. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mizvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to do a little bit of English reading. Share screen. Here we are. I even highlighted it for you. Would anyone like to read the highlighted part on this particular page? You can all see. And Michael, if you wouldn't mind looking through, because I have my PDF on my page, so I can't see everybody while I'm sharing. Or I can just choose you guys if you're okay with that. Sure, Dr. Sakharov, you said sure. So would you like to read the first part of it?
Sure.
You can read this whole part right here, all the highlighted part.
Okay. The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
And you can read this part as well.
Shabbat Kiddush. The beginning of Shabbat is marked by reciting a benediction sanctifying the day, Kiddush Hayom, or Kedushat Hayom, sanctification of the day. The benediction praises God for the gift of Shabbat that marks Israel as unique. Since Kiddush is recited over a cup of wine, symbolizing joy, it is preceded by the wine benediction, Borei Peri Hagafen, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Thank you so much. You read it like you were reading a story. You must read stories.
Hey.
So, as you see, the kiddush is not actually what is being blessed, right? The kiddush is a symbol of sweetness, but what we're really blessing is, of course, the holiness of the day. So if you have a wine cup or cup of any type that you'd like to use, doesn't matter what the cup looks like, because in the end it's more, we're talking about holiness, right? I made this cup a while back. It says Miriam on it. There we go. I don't ever use it to actually drink out of it, but it's pretty. And it was fun to make. So together, let us chant the Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. By the way, I highlighted the transliteration and the English because the Hebrew was annoying to highlight, just so you know. If you can read Hebrew, I encourage you to read the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikraye kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinachaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Great. I hope you all have some tasty beverage that you're drinking, if not wine or grape juice. So I wanted to read the English as well. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who finding favor with us, sanctified us with mitzvot. In love and favor, you made the holy Shabbat our heritage, as a reminder of the work of creation. As first among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus from Egypt. You choose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Joanne, would you mind reading the highlighted part here?
I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
Except I still hear an echo.
I will mute myself in case it's me.
We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak. Let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer.
Thank you so much, Joanne. And although it says built the synagogue, it talks about the walls. We are in walls wherever we are, and we are in the Zoom walls. So I think, Judaism can be celebrated wherever. It doesn't have to just be in the synagogue walls. And one more reading before we go on to the next prayer. Mom, would you mind reading this if you're still there? I rhymed.
I am still here. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services. But I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life.
Thank you. So, as I said, I'm going to focus a little bit on text, and today I'm going to be a crabbi, which is a cantor and a rabbi, or a ranter, whatever you like better. And I decided I wanted to focus for just a couple minutes on one of the Psalms that is part of Kabbalat Shabbat. And it's called Mizmor Shir, Psalm 92, 1 through 7, 13 through 16. And as I was reading through this prayer, it actually goes after Lecha Dodi, but I was being unkosher and decided to switch it before Lecha Dodi for a specific reason due to the melody. And so I was reading through it, Mizmor Shir, a song for Shabbat. And as you can tell, I highlighted specific parts, and because I couldn't highlight, I underlined it over here. We find ways to solve problems. And what stuck out to me in particular was this Ki simachtani Adonai befo alecha b'maaseh yadecha aranein ma gadlu maasecha Adonai me'od amku machshavotecha. So, like I said, I'm a Hebrew nerd. And down here it says, you, as the translation, you have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. So I'm like looking at this translation and I'm thinking, well, okay, so let's go to fo'alecha, first of all. The root of fo'alecha is a pei ayin lamed, which actually means action, specifically. And so I think it just made me think about it, that deeds involve action, right? Any type of deed, it takes action to do them, right? And then, b'ma'aseh yadecha aranein. I shout for joy at your handiwork. Well, first of all, does God have hands? Just questioning that as well. We don't know, right? And handiwork can not necessarily mean with our actual hands, but it's just something to think about. Also, I shout for joy. So the word shout in Hebrew is actually sa'ak, sadi ayin kuf. And aranein is more rejoice, which also can mean shout for joy. But I thought it was interesting that they did that. Just a little commentary for you to think about if you like this kind of stuff. If you don't, well, I'm almost done. How great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. Magaluma Sacharani. This part here, I'm okay with this line here overall, the translation. But then we get to me'od amku machshavotecha. Okay, me'od is very. Okay, so we got the word very. Subtle. Subtle. I looked up the word subtle and it was not this. Ein mem kuf actually has to do with deep and depth. Like mima amakim, if you heard that word, ein mem kuf. And machshavotecha does not mean designs. Machshavotecha literally means your thoughts. To the root chet shin vet means to think. Machshavotecha means your thoughts. And so then I was thinking, well, maybe in order to design, not maybe, it's true, when you design something, you have to put thought into it. So this is all this, we can have more discussions on this kind of stuff. I just wanted to give you a taste of what happens in my brain when I look at Hebrew and the translation. But I decided to put this before Lechato D because of the particular melody that I'm going to sing. It's actually by, I didn't know, it's actually by Shlomo Karlach, but I figured it was okay to share. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. Try that with me. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the songs of Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the songs of Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the songs of Shabbat. The whole world is waiting to sing the songs of Shabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. One more time. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. Mizmor, mizmor, shir, shir leyom hashabbat. And I was thinking about this too, about the whole world is waiting to sing the songs of Shabbat. Like, if you don't sing the songs of Shabbat, the world's going to keep waiting. And it just made me think about the world turning and the world keeping going, and how Shabbat is a moment to pause, right? And to help get that moment going and the time flowing, it helps to sing. So we're going to go on to Lechato D. And what I have here, what I thought would be kind of fun and different, is if we did some more English reading. I know, this is very exciting. But Alan, would you mind? Hello, Alan. If not, it's okay. If you want to wait a minute, I can come back to you. Okay, I'll come back to you. Gary and Helene. Actually, it works with the both of you there because I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what I want to do. I'm going to sing Lechato D, the first part, and then I want you to read the English. Then I'm going to sing the next Hebrew, and then I want you to read English. We're going to keep, does that make sense?
Okay.
Hebrew,
Yeah.
English, and you can take turns because there are two of you there. And it
Okay.
works out because at the end, it's about the Sabbath bride and all, so look at that. So I'm going to start off, okay? Lechato di likrat kala penei Shabbat mekabela. Lechato di likrat kala penei Shabbat mekabela. Go ahead and read. Beloved.
Beloved, come to meet the bride. Beloved, come to greet Shabbat.
Perfect. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishmi'anu el hamyuchad
And remember a single command the only God caused us to hear. The eternal is one, God's name is one, glory and praise are God's.
Likra Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor ha'beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh machashavat techila.
Come with me to meet Shabbat, forever a fountain of blessing. Still it flows as from the start, the last of days for which the first was made.
Mikdash melech ir melucha kumi zei mitoch ha'hafecha rav l'shevet bemecha bacha v'hu yachamon alaychem la.
Royal shrine, city of kings, rise up and leave your ravaged great state. You have dwelt long enough in the valley of tears. Now God will shower mercy on you.
Hitoreri, me'avar kumi livshi beite partechami al yad ben yishai ben halachmi karva el nafshi ge'ala.
Lift yourself up, shake off the dust, array yourself in beauty, O my people. A hand is Bethlehem's David, Jesse's son, bringing deliverance into my life.
And here we go. And we're going to do all the verses because I think it's important to sometimes do all the verses. Here we go. Hitoreri, ki ba'orech kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alaychem nikla.
Awake, awake, your light has come. Arise, shine, awake and sing. The Eternal's glory dawns upon you.
Lo tevo shivo letekami matish dachavi umatechavi bach yekesu oni ami v'mi netar iraltila.
An end to shame and degradation. Forget your sorrow, quiet your groans. The afflicted of my people find respite in you, the city renewed upon an ancient ruins.
Sorry, I moved that while you were reading. That probably made it a little difficult. V'hayu shisa she'osai v'racha kol me'evalai yasis alai Elohai kimsos chatan ve'kala.
The scavengers are scattered, your devourers have fled, as a bridegroom rejoices in his bride. May God your God take joy in you.
Yaminus monti frosive Adonai ta'aritzi al yadish ben parti v'nismecha v'nagila.
Your space will be broad, your worship free. Await the promised one. We will exult. We will sing for joy.
And Helene, would you mind reading the last one, and then I'm going to sing it.
Okay. Move it up so I can read it.
There we go.
Thank you. Enter in peace, O crown of your husband. Enter in gladness. Enter in joy. Come to the people that keeps its faith. Enter, O bride. Enter, O bride.
And if you'd like to stand up and face east, feel free to do so. Boi b'shalom ateret balagam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula. Boi chala l'chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela l'chadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Well, that was fun. Yeah, and I think the bride, the Shabbat bride, is here with us now. So we continue. We've invited Shabbat bride. Now we're inviting the angels to be with us at our homes to celebrate Shabbat with us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we continue on with the Baruch Hu, and I was feeling Noah Aronson's In My Awake, and it does say, I was looking at some of the commentary, if you go down here to 147, what does it mean to be called to worship? All serious activity requires preparation. The prayers and blessings that precede Baruch Hu are warm-ups for the individual. Now communal prayer begins. The leader asks, "Are you ready to pray?" And we respond, "Yes, let us pray." So we're going back up here, and I am quickly going to stop sharing for a sec because I want to do a magic trick. If I can figure out how to stop sharing. Where is the side button? Oh, there it is. I am going to, because now we are communal and we are together, I am first of all going to change my background. So now we are all in the sanctuary together. And I figured it'd be nice to all see each other for the Baruch Hu, for Am I Awake? And if you don't know the words, you can just sway, you can clap, you can just, the first 20 words are Yananai anyway, or Lai Lai Lai, whatever fits your style. And here we go. Actually, bring down more. Yananai nai nai, 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 yananai nai nai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yananai, yananai, nai, nai. 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 Please stand if you are able. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Everyone together. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed may be seated. Allison and Jay, would you mind reading the next reading? I just need to share my screen again. Logistics.
Okay.
It is, you can actually read both if you each would like to have your own reading. You can do that.
Yeah. You
Go
first?
ahead.
Me first. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. And just a little something about Ahavat Olam, because I don't want to take up too much time singing everything and reading everything, but a little something about Ahavat Olam. Torah is what God has revealed to us and what we discern of God. Ideas and ideals, laws and mitzvot, our religious heritage. It unfolds our memories of Abraham and Sarah, of Moses and Miriam, and of the prophets. It is legislation and explanation, allowing questions that challenge, answers that inspire, all a quest for meaning. It is our way of life, a path for our souls, and the design for a better world. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. I invite you to close your eyes, or cover your eyes, that is, and we will sing the Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Alan, I'm coming back to you. Are you okay to read this time? Or
I think so. Yes,
okay.
yes. Eloise had to show me where to unmute. I apologize.
Good. You did it though. You figured it out.
Love your God, which with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are resting, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Thank you very much. Jean, would you mind reading this paragraph here, these couple paragraphs here?
Okay. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before forever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, sing on the shores of the sea. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. So we continue with the Mi Chamocha. This is by Mark Lipson. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Leolam vaed, Adonai imloch, Leolam vaed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'edar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele, nora tehilot, osef ele. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. So for the Hashkivenu, as you can tell, I'm reading a lot of the side pages that maybe aren't focused on as much. The left side of Mishkan Tefillah, if you have the actual prayer book, these are all mostly on the left side. Different interpretations, not just the translation, direct translation. And so for this, I figured I would bring a song back that I used to sing. It's part of a song called Let There Be Love. And it matches with these words, which I invite you to read. By Rabbi Baruch Kohan. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let there be love. Let there be peace. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us walk with good companions to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts. Let there be love. And confidence. Let there be love. Let there be peace. Let there be light and love. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable, without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment, but it was a moment enduring forever, What happened once upon a time happens all the time. And then we come to Vishamra, which has to do with history and keeping doing things that we've done for a long time. So I invite you to sing along to the Vishamra. I know you know this version. Vishamru b'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat lazot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam meridolam. Vishamru, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam meridolam. Because I saw Joanne and I saw Dr. Sakharov with their hands, and I'm like, I want everyone to see that. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael odi leolam, odi leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam meridolam. Ki sheshet yomim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam meridolam. Ubayom hashvi Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash, Shabbat vaynafash. Sorry, I had to show off a little bit. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat honk v'dorotam meridolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat honk lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam meridolam. Oh, that was classic. That was classic. We were supposed to do Vishamru last time at Drive-In, but we ended up skipping it. But so thank you for bringing the honk back, Jay and Allison. That was you followed me like on the High Holy Days. You copied me with the signs. The written, they work just as well. In the end, written is okay. So we're going to. Just a little Devar Torah, something short because I don't want to take up too much of your time tonight. So, Devar Torah, Vayetze. So, Vayetze has a lot that happens, like a lot. And it's hard to choose one part of it to focus on, to talk about. Last week's portion was Toldot, which was the twins. Many of you probably know the story. Jacob and Esau are not very happy with each other toward the end because Jacob steals his birthright, yada, 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 and then Esau wants to kill him, so Jacob leaves, right? And that's where kind of the portion ends. And just to talk about the portion last week just for a second, I think Jacob, I don't know, it doesn't say in the portion whether Jacob thinks before he acts, right? So he gets the birthright, and then his mom tells him to go. I mean, moms are always right, not doubting that, but his mom says, go to your father, bring food, and basically trick him so that he'll get the blessing, because apparently the blessing, this is a big blessing that only goes to the oldest son. And Jacob does that, and there's no, in the Torah, there's nothing showing his reaction, his thought process about it, which I think is kind of interesting, and it made me wonder, like, what did Jacob think, right? did he know that he was going to ruin his relationship with his brother? So he goes, he leaves, and what did Rachel think? Rebecca. What was Rebecca's thought process? His father, right? So Rebecca says at the end, go to my brother Laban, go to his house. So Jacob leaves. That's why it's called Vayetze, because he leaves to go to his brother's house. And before he gets to his brother's, Rebecca's brother's house, Laban, he has his famous ladder dream, right? He falls asleep and he has a dream of a ladder where God is there and angels are going up and down, and God speaks to him and says that the place where he's sleeping and is going to be his land. And Jacob wakes up and he's like, whoa, God is here. And he names it Bethel, the house of God. And so he gets to Laban. So that's just something to think about until we come back to that. He gets to Laban's place, and lo and behold, there's this beautiful girl, Laban's daughter, Rachel, and back then marrying your family, because technically Rachel was his cousin, was not something to think about. And so he wants to marry Rachel. He falls in love with her, love at first sight. And Laban says, well, what are your wages or whatever? He wants him to work for her. So Jacob works for Rachel for 7 years. And then what happens, I'm sure you know, when he's about to marry Rachel during the wedding week, it wasn't actually at the wedding, Laban switches Rachel with Leah, right? And Jacob says, wait, this isn't Rachel. What's going on? I worked for you for 7 years. And Laban says, well, it's not our custom to have the younger one be wedded first, which I think is kind of a little bit of karma coming back to him, if you think about it, because Jacob's the younger one, yet he gets the blessing and the birthright. Oh, no, not again. It's not going to happen again where he gets his way when it comes to younger and older siblings. So what happens is, as you may know, he has to work another 7 years in order to marry Rachel, right? And once he has worked 7 years, he marries Rachel, but she can't have children. She's barren, whereas Leah has like 6. And her concubines, their concubines both have children as well. And Rachel is mad at Jacob and says, if you don't give me children, I'm going to die. And then Jacob gets mad at Rachel. Then there's another part, which I thought was interesting, where Rachel goes to her sister, one of her sister's sons, and asks for some of his dudaim, so it says, Reuben went in the days of the wheat harvest, and he found dudaim in the field and brought them to Leah, his mother. And Rachel said to Leah, now give me some of your son's dudaim. I had no idea what dudaim are, so I looked it up. There's a lot of things that I don't know in this portion, and I thought that word was really interesting, dudaim. It's fun to say. Apparently it's a mandrake, some sort of plant, and the reason that she wanted it was because, or one of the theories in the commentary is that she wanted the plants because they hopefully would give her fertility. So she says, well, if you give me some of your son's dudaim, I'll let Jacob sleep with you. Because at that point, Jacob was married to both. Even though Leah was like, he's mine. There's a lot of family drama going on. A lot of family drama in Genesis. So that happens. So now you know what dudaim are, or if you want to look up more about dudaim. And then what happens? God remembers Rachel, and God opens her womb, and she has a baby, and she names him Joseph. And Joseph has a whole story that you'll hear about soon. And there's just so much in this Torah portion, but I think, and then what happens is Jacob and Laban get into an argument, and Jacob wants to leave, but he ends up saying, well, if you let me leave, I'll work for another 6 years for you, and I'll take care of your sheep. And what he ends up doing is dividing up the sheep, so like the perfect sheep that aren't speckled or striped go to Laban, and then he keeps the speckled and not perfect ones, which end up being like multiplied a lot. And And then Jacob, and he says, let's all leave. They all leave. This is like a shortened version of the Parsha, but he and the sheep and all of his belongings, because he's like rich now and has so much family. Laban follows him, which kind of reminds you of like the Egyptian story in a way, right? And Laban comes and said, why are you taking everything of mine? And it just so happens that Rachel stole some of his idols, but Rachel doesn't tell this. And they're actually underneath her, and she says, I can't get up because it's that time of month, is what she says. And it's just like very interesting, but Jacob still gets his way in the end, which I find kind of, I don't know. I don't like it necessarily because he's not always super honest. And I guess what I want to leave you with is just always think before you take actions, think before you speak, think how it will impact other people. And if there are arguments, which there were a lot in the portion before and in this portion, just try to remember to take both sides. So I'll leave you with that. And if you want to read more and we can discuss more, I'd be happy to do so. But for now, I'll leave you with that. So Shabbat Shalom. So just a few minutes of silent prayer. I would invite you to take a few minutes of silent prayer. I'm going to put up the prayer book in case you want to look at it. I'll leave each page up for like 30 seconds or so. And take a couple moments for silent prayer. If you don't feel like reading this, you can listen to your heart and your mind.
Yeah. You know where the phone is now? The other phone? Where is it? Right there. Did you know?
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair and find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. And if any of you are wondering who that's by, that is by Rabbi Noam Katz. Joanne, did you wonder who that was by? I feel like you would.
No, I knew who it was by.
You knew it was by. Good, good. So, we've come to Misha Berach, and I invite you to put anyone's name that you're praying for in the chat, and I will say their names. In our thoughts for our congregation are Bert Schumann, B. Trubitsky, Jacob Harris Grossman, and Doreen Kramer. Are there other names that should be mentioned? All of those who are ill right now with COVID or other ailments. Chloe. You can keep writing them as I sing the Misha Berach. It's actually a different Misha Berach. I know you love Debbie Friedman's. But recently I was listening to my colleague, Rebecca Mursky, her album she has that came out in 2018. I sung a couple other of her songs. And this one just was really hitting me in the car as I was listening to it one day. And I said, I gotta bring it to CRJ. It's actually a Misha Berach for addiction, specifically, but I think it could be universal. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. Sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. Misha Berach Avotenu, Imotenu. Hu yivarech et v'yarpeh tacholim. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. Mikor HaChaim, we raise our voices. Oh, source of mercy, send healing now. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. Sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. Sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We add our light to the lantern to find you, heal you, bring you home. We add our light to the lantern to find you, bring you home. sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. And I'm going to read the other names. Yal Galax, Yal Ben Itasara David, Gladys Bernstein, Sherish Fleider, Benjamin Hummel, Hadassah Lerner, Rob and Darlene Lushki, hopefully I pronounced that right, Jill Goldsmith, and all together, we're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. We're sending our light to you. No matter where you are, you're with us. May they all have a refuah shlema, a complete and healing recovery. We have arrived to the mourner's cottage, and I have a list of names for those who are in the Shloshim period, the last 30 days. Althea Miller, mother of Jeffrey Miller. Yortzites this Shabbat include Lena Edelman, Frances Burkov, William Berger, grandfather of Marshall Adler, Erwin Berger, brother of Rosalind Haskelson, Seidel Berman, mother of Robin Engel, Gertrude I. Bloom, Isadora Brody, Max Cohen, Lewis Cohen, Diane Cooperman, mother of Hillary Cooperman, Eileen Copeland, Denise Cramsey, dear friend of Risa Nicholson, John Dodge, brother of Elwood Dodge, Alexander Sand Fisher, father of Ava Maxwell, grandfather of Rebecca Maxwell and Alexander Maxwell, Nelson Gottlieb, brother of Alice Szymanski, Barry Heimowitz, Philip Heimowitz, Dorothy Jackson, Sylvia Jonas, aunt of Alex Sakharov, Faye Kaplan, Shirley Kotler, Frances Kovner, grandmother of Michelle Brennan, Everett Kramer, husband of Doreen Kramer, father of Michelle Bloom, Etta Levin, Marcia Lincoln, Edgar Basil MacLeod, father of Brian McLeod, Phyllis Joan Malfair, wife of Richard Malfair, mother of Mitchell Malfair, Mark A. Meckler, Irving Megdal, my paternal grandfather, Liza Michelle Nessel, daughter of Renee Sammy, Phyllis Newman, Gino Onder, father-in-law of Norman Abramson, Edward Peisner, grandfather of Eric Peisner, William Pacheski, father of Louise Frankel, Mary Nell Ponder, mother of Charlotte Schwartz, grandmother of Joseph Schwartz, Michael Portnick, father of Andrea Friedman, Sandy Posnack, Norman Sider, uncle of Kathy Lieblich, Louis Seidman, grandfather of Richard Seidman, B. Scherzer, grandmother of Mindy Shams, Ada Rachelski Sigelo, Ellen J. Silverman, wife of Charles Silverman, Seymour Silversheen, father of Lisa Silvershine, Isidore Scorman, Jane Steckler, Etta Tenenbaum, mother-in-law of Helen Tenenbaum. If there are others that you wish to remember tonight, please write them in the chat, their names in the chat, and I will read their names as well. And I'm going to share my screen again so that we can all read the Mourner's Cottage together. If I mentioned anyone's names, please rise if any of those names are of those you are remembering. And then once everyone else is up, I invite you all to rise as well as one community to support those. And at the end, once the list is complete, I'll read their names as well. Yikaral v'yikara shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yurte ve'amlich mochute, b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'gala ubizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kedusha brich hu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. The light of, you may be seated. I meant to read this before actually. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty, but soon it fades. Its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full, but as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames, and we see no more, and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory, slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives, we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in this central cycle, eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. And I'm going to check the chat now to see if there's other names that I missed. Stop sharing the screen for a second. Looks like no one put anything in the chat, so we're good, I think. But may all of their memories be a blessing. If you happen not to put a name in the chat, may his or her memory be a blessing, and let us say amen. So before I conclude with one more song, I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us on Zoom, as well as on YouTube, on Facebook, and beyond. And wanted to say that next week we have Shabbat services. It'll be in person, as in Rabbi will be back. And you can sign up if you want to come in person. We do have a few people who have come, and it's been successful so far. Everyone's spaced out. Robert Kushner does a really great job making sure everyone is spaced out. And 6 o'clock is the service, and I think it's Discover Shabbat. Not sure, check the website. 7:30 is our first young adults Shabbat. So if you know anyone who is in their 20s or 30s, or if you are watching and you're in your 20s or 30s, go check the website or Facebook. We have an event that should be really nice. I don't think there are any other announcements right now. Just happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining. Shabbat Shalom. And I wanted to end with the song that is on an album I recently got. It was actually released 4 years ago by Rabbi Menachem Creditor, and he posted about it recently. He's the one that wrote Olam Chesed Yibaneh. So recently he posted about this album that he released 4 years ago, and it was you could download it for free. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I did that. I downloaded it for free, and I listened to the album, and I really, there were a lot of good songs. I'm saving one of them for Healing Shabbat, but this one I wanted to share because it's a nice way to end Shabbat. For everyone who lives in fear, we pray for your strength. For every man who lives in pain, we pray for you the same. For each and every one who seeks a healing of the heart, we offer up this prayer for you, taking one step closer to God. So may it be, so may it be, so may it be, so and don't know what to do. For every season there is a prayer to guide us in our days. I hope this song we sing together will bless you in every way. So may it be, 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 so may it be. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Keni Hiratzon. That's by Rabbi David Paskin and Rabbi Menachem Creditor. And if you want to stay on and talk a little bit, feel free. We'll stop the YouTube, Julie, if you wouldn't mind. Or Michael, if someone can stop the streaming. But thank you all so much. Shabbat Shalom. Happy post-Thanksgiving. And
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you,
Shalom.
Nancy.
Thank you.
Beautiful service.
Beautiful,
so
beautiful.
much.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Lovely.
So much.